My high school crush is telling people I'm the one that got away despite actively rejecting me for 2 years to preserve his ego. And I need to talk about this because I have been sitting with this rage for 2 weeks, and I'm done letting it live rent-free in my head. Let me take you back. Junior year of high school. He and I were inseparable, like genuinely the kind of close where people assumed we were already together. We texted from the moment we woke up until we fell asleep. We'd stay on the phone doing nothing, just existing in each other's company. He was the first person I called when something good happened, the first person I wanted when something went wrong. I knew his coffee order, his mom's middle name, which of his friends he actually trusted versus just tolerated. We had the kind of friendship that felt like it was building towards something, and eventually I couldn't pretend I didn't feel it anymore. So I told him. I remember exactly where I was sitting when I did it. Parked outside of Walgreens at like 10 p.m., heart going absolutely insane. I typed it out and deleted it 4 times before I finally just sent it. Told him I had feelings for him and that I understood if he didn't feel the same, but I respected him too much to keep pretending. He said I was like a sister to him. Okay, that stung. I'm not going to lie and say it didn't. I cried on the way home. I cried a little the next morning, but I genuinely respected it. He was honest. I told myself that takes courage, and I valued the friendship more than the crush. So I grieved it quietly and kept showing up, kept being his friend, kept answering the phone. What I didn't expect was what happened the second I started healing. I met someone through our friend group a few months later. Nothing serious, just a guy I thought was cute and funny, and we started hanging out. The moment my old crush found out, something shifted. He got cold, distant in this pointed way where you can tell the distance is intentional. Our mutual friend started telling me he was upset, that he seemed jealous, that he'd made a comment about the new guy not being good enough for me. I figured it was some weird protective friend thing, gave him the benefit of the doubt, but then it happened again with the next person I liked and the one after that. Every single time I showed interest in someone new, he had a problem with them, too immature, bad energy, not right for me. And he wasn't saying it to my face most of the time. He was saying it to everyone around us, letting it filter back to me like secondhand smoke. Finally, I sat him down and asked him directly. I told him his behavior was confusing me, and I needed him to be straight with me. Do you have feelings for me or not? Tell me right now because I'm not doing this back and forth anymore. He said no. He looked me in the eye and said no. So I took that answer and I used it. I stopped waiting for a different one. I stopped softening my joy around him or downplaying who I was seeing to spare his feelings. I just fully let go and started living. That's when I met my boyfriend. We met at a house party, got stuck talking in a corner for 3 hours, and exchanged numbers at the end of the night. Within a few weeks, it was clear this was different. He was steady in a way I hadn't experienced before. Present, consistent. He didn't make me guess, didn't make me earn it. We became best friends first and then everything else. And 3 years later, I can say with complete honesty that he is the best decision I have ever made. My old crush faded out of my life gradually. No big dramatic falling out. Just less contact, less overlap, until eventually we weren't really in each other's lives at all. I genuinely did not think about him. Not in a bitter way, not in a longing way. He just wasn't part of my story anymore. And then 2 weeks ago, my phone started lighting up. Old friends from that group, people I hadn't talked to in over a year, sliding into my DMs one after another. At first I thought something had happened. Someone got hurt, some kind of emergency. But no, they were all delivering the same message with slightly different packaging. He'd been talking about me, saying he regrets how things went, saying I'm the one that got away, that he always had feelings for me but wasn't ready to act on them back then, that he thinks about what could have been, that he misses me. I read the first message and felt nothing. I read the second one and started feeling something, but it wasn't what he probably hoped for. By the third message, I was genuinely angry. Not hurt, not flattered, not even a little tempted. Just angry in that clean, clarifying way that tells you exactly where you stand. Because here's what he's rewriting. He's telling a story where he had deep feelings for me but just wasn't ready. And now that time has passed, he's mature enough to admit it. He's framing himself as someone who loved me and lost me. The tragic romantic who let the right one slip through his fingers. That's not what happened. What happened is, I handed him every opportunity. I told him how I felt when it was terrifying to do it. I stayed his friend through the rejection because I thought he was worth it. I asked him one final direct question and gave him a clean, no pressure opening to be honest with me. He chose every single time to say no. Not because he wasn't ready, because he didn't want me until I stopped wanting him back. The jealousy wasn't love, it was ego. He didn't want to be with me. He just didn't want anyone else to have me either. There's a version of this where that's flattering, and I spent a long time almost believing it was. But it's not flattering, it's controlling. It's someone treating your feelings like a resource they get to manage on their timeline. I didn't get away from him. He had 3 years worth of chances, and he declined all of them. That's not a love story with bad timing. That's just a choice he made repeatedly until I finally believed him and moved on. The fact that I moved on well, that I'm happy, that I built something real with someone who actually chose me without hesitation. That's what he can't stand. He doesn't miss me. He misses the version of me that was still waiting. That girl is gone. She's been gone for years, and I am so grateful for that.